What up? What up? We live? We live? We live? We on here? We on here? Yeah, I think we on here. We good. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? It's your boy, man. 800 the Stizzles, man. Um, God, Prophet De Jour, baby. You know what I'm saying? We back up in here with another one. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second while I get right real quick. Bam, we ready for that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch on a little bit. We're gonna touch on a little bit today. I pause. Okay, bam. Okay, cool. Whatever. So check it out, boys. What's up? I'm feeling better today. I'm feeling a little bit better today. Last night I was a little bit in turmoil. You know, as it was, man. It is what it was, right? You know what I'm saying? So today, we wake up, beautiful day out, sun's out shining, we live our life, and we move on. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about it how I talk about it how it is, right? Because I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? This kind of hurt is for any sports fan, this kind of hurt just, what I'm saying, it doesn't sit right, doesn't resonate right. So um, but you know, move on, groove on, and let's talk a little bit about tonight's game. We have New York versus Indiana. If I'm correct about this one, they're playing at New York. Yeah, so they're back in New York tonight. New York is down. Indiana's up 3-1. So every game for New York right now is a live or die game. You know what I'm saying? Win or go home. Anybody that knows basketball, man, college basketball, March Madness is one of the illest times in across the world, literally. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been studies saying that um, that the college basketball time in March Madness brings so much effect to even just the business world. Say production goes down a little bit, people watching games too much, but people that love that and understand that mentality of win or go home. So New York is in that state right now. They got to win or they going fishing. You know what I'm saying? So um, good luck to them. This matchup is a pretty good matchup, man. I like the matchup. Indiana's really kind of shown me a lot, which I'm sure has shown a lot of people because they were really kind of went under the radar. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of workhorses on their team, so they got a lot of guys that are not like big name guys, big household names in the NBA being tossed around. They're just workhorses, man. They go out there and just do their job. And they've gelled together at the right time. You know me, I speak about that all the time. One thing you can't teach is camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Um, Teaching people how to play with each other, play together. So big ups to Indiana, man. They doing their thing, man. I think, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, I told you what I thought about the T Wolves too, but it would happen. But I'm gonna still speak my mind. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I think New York can get this one. I think New York has the ability to get this one. Um, with the style of play that they do, I think everything matches up good for them offensively. I think their problem is defensively. I think that they got to be a little bit more aggressive. You know, Putting pressure on these guys. A lot of times they're putting Carl Anthony Towns in these pick and rolls, and the guard is keeping the ball, having Carmelo Anthony on an island, or excuse me, Carl Anthony Towns on an island, and then what I'm saying, going to work, pick and pop, you know what I'm saying, or just getting downhill. Even what's his name, Naismith, I think his name is. Yeah, getting to that pull up, that mid range pull up on him. So, but he's been adjusting to it. I think he's gonna have to come out with something a little bit more aggressive in regards to getting up and closing out and containing. I think he's gonna have to do that a little bit more. Because if you get a guy rolling, I'm gonna tell you something about the mid range. The mid range is one of the most fueling areas to shoot in, right? Because it's difficult. 3-point line, I don't know what it is. Layups and threes are pretty much similar with confidence. Like you're either hitting a three or you're not. You're either getting to the basket and make a layup or you're not. Mid range is a little bit different, right? Getting to a spot and pulling up in the mid range it's just a little bit more different. The confidence that comes with hitting a mid range shot is way more exhilarating for a player than anything else. Yes, the oohs and ahs for the dunks, the oohs and ahs for the threes are amazing. But for a player, if you can do a one dribble pull up in a mid range and hit it and do that consistently, man, your eyes light up because you're like, man, I can hit anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. I mean, I don't know about all players, but I think most players may have the same philosophy. But I know we got a lot of guys that want to shoot threes. I know we got a lot of people that like to go to the rack. I know we got a lot of dunkers. But in real mindset of essence of the purity of the game, it's really more exhilarating if I can come down right on a fast break. If I can come down on a fast break, give you a little shimmy, a foot above the free throw line, and then pull up and hit it, you in trouble. I'm thinking in my head, you in trouble. Yeah, because a 3-point I'm probably getting at. You know what I'm saying? Coming down, nobody's picking me up. I'm just wide open. Or I'm coming out, somebody's going to the basket, my guy leaks and I'm open. Most of that's gonna be open. Lanes to the basket. Most of the time, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be getting those open, or if you're a creative person enough to take contact and get that up. But boy, that mid-range, boy, that first time you get to that bing, yak, and that muggle in, woo! You looking at your defender like, it's gonna be a long day at work today for you, player. You know what I'm saying? If you get a mid-range shot to go, it's a done deal for whoever, man. Cracking. I got some the Twins, man. I was hooping with the Twins this weekend, man, and they was, man, shit, them motherfucking brothers, man. Excuse my language, it's my daytime show, but man, them dudes, man. Oh man. They mid-range game is on point, dog. It just is, right? And that's like it opens everything up for you because defenses have to adjust to a mid-range puller. You know what I'm saying? Because do you help? If you help, you most likely might overcommit. Leaves another guy open, a guy cutting to the basket. You can do so many different things for the mid-range. If somebody plays up and stops, you can bam, take that dribble, that retreat dribble, or that step back, pop that thing. I mean, there's so many things you can do from the mid-range, especially once you're hitting it from there. So like I said, I feel like I get more exhilarated if I hit a mid-range jumper. I know I've hit threes and I haven't been excited about the day and how it's going. I've gotten to the basket, hit a layup, hit a spin around, you know what I'm saying? Hit a left-hander, you know what I'm saying? And wasn't jubilated about it like I was if I hit like an elbow jumper. Oh man, I hit an elbow jumper. I'm like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, call the corner. Somebody call the corner, get them ready, man. We're gonna have some victims here tonight. Whap, you know what I'm saying? Man, but yeah, man. Indiana, Nate Smith, I love his name. You know what I'm saying? The creative basketball, I love it. That's why your name stands out to me. The game is nice. Who else? Nimhard. These dudes be going in. You ain't never even heard of them. You ain't never even heard of them, right? No household names, man. These teams in the playoffs have been full of that, man. Right now, Siakam, man, had 30 last time. So, you know what I'm saying? And Halliburton is really killing the game right now, bro. Like, he's really killing the game, man. He's so underrated of a player. Like, he's really, really an underrated player because he doesn't make stupid mistakes and he doesn't make mistake on top of mistake, right? If he makes a mistake, he goes down on the other end, doesn't make a mistake on the other end, then comes back down. Hopefully good play, good shot, but he doesn't make another mistake. He may make another one later on, but there's no matter of fact, I can't say he makes another one later on because he had a 32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists, and 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. The guy is very underrated. I don't care what anybody in the league says. The guy is very underrated. If you have a game with 32 points, it's a lot of points. 23 shots, actually, right? 12 rebounds. You're a guard. You're a guard. 15 assists, which means you ain't keeping it in your hands, player. You moving that thing. You're finding your people. 6 free throws. You ain't just settling. You ain't just settling. So it's not a high number like, you know what I'm saying, the greats. Like I said, underrated though. Not the greats. But still, that's 6 free throw attempts. That's nice. And 0 turnovers, man. That's great. And 4 fouls. So 4 fouls. You know what? When I look at fouls, I had somebody mention this to me before about somebody being fouls or whatever. They were like, so and so has the highest percentage of fouls per minute or whatever like that. I'm like, well, you know what? That's going to happen to a good defensive player. That's how you know a defensive player. A good defensive player. Like if I'm playing a game and I'm looking at the stats of somebody and I look on there and they got they average 2 fouls a game, that tells me you don't play defense, player. That tells me. It tells me you don't play defense because you gonna get if you're a good defensive player, you get fouls. I've been a coach on the court, and I've watched a referee give a foul to a number of a guy that's sitting on the bench. Which means you get fouls sometimes and they ain't even you. So if you can't even get that ain't you foul, you ain't playing no damn defense, bro. So if you a star of a team, any star of a team that's averaging 2 or less in fouls, bro, you ain't playing no defense. I call you out. I tell your manager. I tell your bookies. I tell all your peoples. I'll tell all your fans. You don't play defense, player. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know me on hold punches. But dude had no turnovers, four fouls, which means he's playing defense. He's getting fouls called on him. He's playing. He's in the play. That is a overall very successful game. That is a very successful game. And that's scary. You know what I'm saying? That's scary for New York, man, because he's been consistent like that too. So, yeah, Obi Toppin. I like Obi Toppin, man. His energy is amazing, man. And Turner. I love Turner's game. The way his game transitions, man, is really dope. And now the other side with New York, you already know how I feel about my boy, man. Brunson, nice. The dog, man. He's a dog. Towns has been doing his thing for New York, man, these whole playoffs, man. I think one of the things about me was with Towns with Timberwolves and giving him up was I felt that Towns' game transitioned better for us during the playoffs than Randall's. Right? Everybody was like, no, we're bringing Randall over for the playoffs. He's a tough one. We need somebody that's tougher. We need somebody that's going to be a lot more tougher. No. Not what we needed. You know what I'm saying? The only thing Minnesota needed last year was for Ant to be how he was this year, right? We didn't need to make any movements. So Cat fitting in with New York because he's a nightmare matchup for the playoffs, right? Playoffs are a time where you need size, right? I've even had conversations with a person before, and they were talking about how height don't matter. You don't need height. You know what I'm saying? You can run. I'm like, yeah, you can run. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I was part of the shit, man. Me and, you know what I'm saying, that 94, 95 Teddy's, boy. I mean, Tap was what, 6'2" in real life, but we had him listed like 6'3", 6'4". So that was our tallest player. That was our center. You know what I'm saying? I was our power forward center. I was 6'2", you know what I'm saying? In the book, 6'1" in the book, you know what I'm saying? But I'm 6, you know what I'm saying, in real life. But I'm jumping out the gym on that mug. I'm meeting you at the rim. Though. You know what I'm saying? And we ran. We did. We trapped. Boy, that's the one thing about having shorter people, man. Putting that trap, man, trapping everything, man. We full court press red 11 on you, boy. You ain't getting it over half court. But when it comes down to the championship side of things, when you come down to that second season, height, you can't teach it, man. And they're out there. Height is out there. And those people that make it to the championship with height know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? So Towns is a nightmare matchup in the playoffs because he's 7 feet. He can move and dribble like a guard. Yes, he's a little soft, a little sassy with it, but still it works. What do you have? 24 and 12. 24 and 12. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's been consistent for him. Like, that's been consistent numbers for him. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the playoffs. And that's what we could have had. You know what I'm saying? But we decided we didn't want that. New York has it now. New York is working with it well. They're gelling together well. They're playing well. They're getting their ass busted by Indiana. So they ran up against a buzzsaw in Indiana. Anunoby's been playing great, but he's too up and down for me. He's too streaky. Streaky guys. I run away from streaky guys, but they got a place in basketball. So Bridges, this dude, I love this guy, man. I wasn't so knowledgeable about his game when they first brought him over, but I knew him from his Villanova days, and I just didn't watch him when he came into the league initially and how he was. But he's actually a great asset to New York. His style of play blends in great with how they play. I mean, with Brunson, Hart is a triple-double waiting to happen. I love his game. He's a triple-double waiting to happen. He gets in there, man. I mean, he's a guy that gets in there and gets rebounds, man. He has no point in boxing out and banging with guys in the paint. So this matchup, though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at it on paper, it should be the Knicks. So, you know what I'm saying? With it being 3-1 in favor of Indiana, that shows you can't always trust what's on the paper. I think a lot of people live their life by X's and O's only and don't understand how they incorporate the mentality of the live play. You know what I'm saying? Like we can use all terminologies and we can talk about all these names and what they're supposed to do. But once the ball gets thrown up in the air by the referee until that buzzer comes, it's a fast paced, ever changing game. Basketball is. So, and you got to be able to adjust, you got to be able to make changes, and you got to be able to go through the flow. I mean, there's sayings out there, man. You know, offense takes what the defense gives you, and on defense, you know what I'm saying? Make the offense do what you want them to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, tonight I think New York will win this one. It's looking mighty tight for them, but we'll see. I mean, see how it was on last night's game. We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that no more. We're gonna try to let that go. We need to let that go. So yeah. Real quick, just a heads up with I want to talk to you about throw it out there about Apple Valley Sports, man. Hey, man, I keep my ear to the streets for my peeps, man. These young people out here at Apple Valley High School are playing some ball games, baby. They are playing some ball games, baby. I heard that the baseball team, the boys baseball team, cracking heads. They win in section games. I heard that the girls softball team cracking heads. They win in sections. They actually, I think it was softball that won 17-3 or something like that. Something like that. You know what I mean? I might be wrong or whatever, but they is. I heard lacrosse doing good. I heard that boys volleyball. I heard boys volleyball was cracking, you know what I'm saying? They doing good too. I heard they go into sections, I think, too. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I should have pinned them up, you know what I'm saying, to make sure, but this is the information that I saw out there. So if I'm wrong, let me know. But I swear I know those particular teams that I just named are in sections. You know what I'm saying? They cracking heads too. So Big ups to them. Track, they doing good too. They just had a first round of sections. They had a couple of guys make state triple jumping with my homeboy Tay. Went ahead and solidified itself with state. My son is qualified the preliminaries to go to the final. He got finals for his 300 hurdles tomorrow. He's doing the 4x100 and the 4x200, which is said to be the 200 team should be really competitive. From what I'm being told, the 100 team they're testing it out, but they look like a pretty good team from the names I saw on there. But the 200 should be really good. They should get a good time with that. The girls are really looking good. They're young. I've said this before, man. They're young. I see a lot of ninth graders. I've seen an eighth grader on there once when I looked at the list. And these guys are coming in, saying at decent numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like they're coming in. We're talking about ninth and 10th graders. And even an eighth grader coming in, in there between, 10, 15, and maybe a 20th, whatever, but in the teens. And that's not bad. I mean, that's not bad. You can think about track, man. Most of the time, the grades of the dominant people are usually soft or seniors. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just how it is, especially with track and football. Those are the two sports where seniors predominantly dominate. You know what I'm saying? And I told you why. It's a lot harder because for football, for strength and speed. You know what I'm saying? Especially strength. The stronger you are in football, the more brutal you can be, the more you're gonna the more success you're gonna have. And that's what comes with getting older. And same thing with track, you know what I'm saying? Speed, you know what I'm saying? The more your body is able to build muscle, the more strength and the ability to run faster you have. And so seniors would be someone that you would think be able to dominate in that sport. But you do have some youngins, man. We got them 2026s, boy. I talk about them all the time. I talk about the 2026s all the time. Big shout out to the homie Kavari Flowers, man. I seen a video one time of him and his workouts with the hurdles. Actually, he's in the hurdles with TJ. TJ came in third. Kavari came in first. He came in first in the 110 hurdles also. But he's been breaking some good numbers, man. I saw a video that showed him working out at practice, doing his hurdles. He's really dedicated to his craft, getting his craft down. His numbers have shown that. So big ups to him too. 2026 kids, man. You know what I'm saying? They hot, man. They hot. So but yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a big shout out. Also, 2026 kids, big shout out to my documentary, South of the River, that's be coming out next year. About a year from next week. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be getting more into production with that within the next few months. Got to get some interviews scheduled. All right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So tonight, Indiana, New York, I'll probably pop on after the game if it's not too late. Ball camp. I don't want to go there. If it's not too late, we'll jump on. Give y'all a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? Give y'all a little bit of love, man. Talk a little bit of game, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk a little bit about the ladies. Talk a little bit about love. You know what I'm saying? You know how I do, man. I spit it for you if you take it. Blessings. If you don't, it's not meant for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shouts out to the Apple Valley High School and all the things they got going on right now. All the teams. If I didn't shout you out, I apologize, but I am watching. I do see what y'all doing out there because hey, this Apple Valley, man, it's all love, man. A-V. You know what I'm saying? A-V. You know what I mean? Hey, so shout out to y'all, man. One love, man. Let's get it crackulating. Okay, so let's jump into it, man, real quick. I told you I'll try to keep my show during the day down to 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I know people got things they got to do, run around, whatever. And my evening show at nighttime, I just let that go and run however long, man, I ramble on for. But my show during the days, I wanted to keep it down to 30. So I'm at about 25 minutes right now. It shows me I'm at 24 minutes right now. So I'm just gonna, fine tune this real quick. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about just common phrases, right? Just the word word common in particular. You know what I'm saying? Common is a word used to describe things of similarity. Basically, I mean, and I think that the reason why I bring this up as a subject today is because I think we've gotten away from that, and we've gotten away from certain common phrases that are necessary in our society, right? I think one of the biggest ones is common decency, right? Common decency, just the ability to be kind and gentle. Straight up, common decency. I bring these stuff on my show just because I have issues with them. I've seen issues with them with people, and more so at a huge rate in our society that is depleted of people's characteristics. So that's why I hit on some of these things, because hopefully we can get this stuff back. Hopefully I can put a mirror up to you and make you look in the mirror and see, am I being like that? Or is that right? Or is that, you know what I'm saying? But common decency, right? Just being kind, being a person that walks in a store entrance door, just at the gas station, right? It's a lady walking behind you. Matter of fact, she ain't even walking behind you yet. You get to the door, her car's pulled up to the little thing right there, the parking spot right in front. You see her getting out. You get to the door as she gets out and closes her car door. Common decency. As a man, I'm gonna wait and say, "Here you go, ma'am," and open the door. Common decency, right? I'm not trying to do it to get no reward for it. I'm not trying to do it to promote myself as the most polite person in this world. No, I'm doing it because it's common decency. It's just what you're supposed to do. I tell people this all the time. Great people ain't nothing but people that do good every single day. That's it. They ain't doing great shit. They're just doing what they're supposed to do, what we supposed to do every single day. Common decency is the one thing. One thing. It's very easy to be kind to each other. It's very easy to look out for each other. It's very easy just to do it because it's just the kindness is just that's within your heart that we talk about. Everybody talk about it, right? But do people really do it, right? And the reason why people talk about it is because it's not common decency no more. You know what I'm saying? It's an attribute. It's an attraction. It's a means to an end. You know what I'm saying? If I do something for you, I want something back, right? And that takes it away from the whole idea of having common decency, right? One of the biggest ones, common sense. Man, do you know how far gone common sense is, bro? Like, you be seeing stuff that's put out here, man. People that be on videos, man. You be seeing all this stuff on social media, man. You scrolling, watching videos. You see people do stuff. And you be like, what the hell was they thinking? You know what I'm saying? Common sense, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's so like, it's just the innocence of it, man. It's just the innocence of just like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, just understanding the idea of everything and I was touching on this last night, man. Timelines and realms, right? Realizing there's a reason for everything, right? So if there's a reason for everything, you can't be taking things emotionally and personally. You just got to use your common sense. Okay, what's this person trying to say? What this person trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Common sense, right? And it's a lost art. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes you be having conversations with people, man, and you be like, they'll say something and you'll say something, and then they'll say something. You be like, did you just like hear what I said? And they'd be like, well, I wasn't sure that you meant, like, common sense would tell you that. That's not what the hell I was doing, or not what I was saying. It was common sense. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't have that, man. Man, common sense costs money, man, nowadays. Common sense. You know what I'm saying? It costs some sense to have common sense nowadays. That's why people ain't paying attention, because they ain't got common sense. People can't pay attention because they ain't got common sense. Man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, brother. And it's so funny, right? Like, spin it around even more. Haven't we gotten rid of the coin, really? I mean, really, we've gotten rid of the coin, except for like car washes and laundromats. We've really gotten rid of the coin. You know what I'm saying? Now it's all dollars and digital, right? So really, we've gotten rid of the coin. We've gotten rid of the sense, right? We've gotten rid of the common sense. And that's why people don't pay attention to each other anymore, because they can't afford the common sense. Boy, spit game in your ear, man. If you take it, man, blessings. If you don't, it ain't meant for you. Don't even listen to it. Pass it on to the next person. They might need it. You know what I'm saying? That's on the guy, right? Oh, man. But this is for real, though. You got to realize that in regards to common sense, that everything is what it is. It is what it is, right? You got to be able to see, read through, find something, figure it out. And what it is what it is. And your common sense should tell you that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women call that their common sense a woman's intuition. I don't think it's that. It's called common sense, because a woman's intuition only kicks in when a man does something wrong. It doesn't kick in when he's feeling something wrong. So I don't call it woman's intuition. I just call it common sense. Y'all ladies can call it whatever y'all want. We can talk about it another time. Don't take it personal. We'll have a talk about that, I guarantee you. I talk about those kind of things on my night shows. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit more controversial. We'll talk about that, though. Skipping right past that, right into common law. Common law. This one is a situation where people forget the damn law. People act like they want to rewrite the law, and they forget that you can't rewrite the law. That's why it's best to know and learn common law. You know what I'm saying? Just regular basic law. Where lawyers, it's a lot of things that differentiate people from careers, right? Rocket scientists, right? I make jokes about this. Rocket scientists ain't but people that actually sat down and decided to study by themselves, right? Common law is the basics, right? Lawyers know how to hit you with, like I said, with rocket scientists that know same thing. Lawyers are people that decide to just on their own learn the law. They can hit you with a time, a place, an incident, a case number, a judgment, examples. That's what they really do. What they do is, if you watch a judge show or a court show, you'll watch a lawyer debate with a witness. And then usually what they'll do is they'll hit the judge up with the man. Look, bam, law such and such, penal code 4533 in case Johnson versus community center. The Duke Johnson won because Johnson said this, and this, and that's why it was good. And the judge be like, well, it was used in the case, so yeah, you're right. But we as normal people don't know that. All we can do is know common law. And when you guys are having conversations and when you guys are taking it to levels where you guys are disrespecting and going after each other and doing things that are illegal, now you're running into a case where you're bending the common law. And if you want to be better at living this life, you might want to learn law. Like, for example, man, common marriage. Remember common law marriage? They used to use that. Use common law in marriage back in the day. You can't use that now. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I ain't never even heard it. You know what I'm saying? It used to be like a thing back in like the early 2000s, like common law. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a phrase that was thrown around. People were talking about that. Nah, not anymore. Motherfuckers ain't doing that common law. You can't make it past you can't make it past 5 months nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but no, it's important to know the law. Like, for example, I'm sitting there one time and these girls are sitting there talking. They not with me, but they actually was I sitting at the table? I might have been sitting at the table. or near them, and they was talking about the girl was talking about her ex and how much she didn't like him or whatever, and she was like, yeah, she got mad because his dog bit her or whatever, and he was like, oh, sorry about that or whatever, um, and then I guess he broke up with her a couple of days afterwards or whatever, and she was like, yeah, um, I should have slid his tires. Yeah. So she was like, yeah, I should have slid his tires. And the girl she was talking, she was like, yeah, girl, you should. I'm sitting there like, that's illegal. You know what I'm saying? See, that's just me, right? Common decency, common sense, common law. That's me, right off the bat. All the comments came out of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ma'am, that's illegal. But that's like her girl. Yeah, girl, like y'all both would have been going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Or actually, what would have happened? What normally happens is the girl would have went to jail for slashing the tires, and the girl that was like, yeah, would have been sitting in her house like, oh, I wouldn't do nothing like that. After hyping her up, you know what I'm saying? That's what usually happens, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? No, yeah, man, that common marriage thing, man, that was common law marriage was cool. It's faded away now. You don't ever hear that phrase hardly ever. People don't even make it that long because common law marriage basically was two people that were living together. They had not filed that paperwork. They had not went before a judge and declared a unifying of the two entities before the eyes of God. So, but they have been living together for I think it was like 7 years. People living together for like 7 years can claim common law marriage, right? That was the saying back in the day. They don't do that shit no more. They don't talk about that. People ain't making it that long. Let's see. We talk about some, common ground. Just being on common ground with each other, man. Just having the same issues, man. Having the same background stories, coming from the same things and getting on the same ideal as each other as far as how to fix those things that we came with, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that can be tribute to trauma bonding too. I think we reason why we gotten rid of common ground is because we do a lot of trauma bonding. I think a lot of people be like, oh, okay, so and so hurt me, so and so hurt me too. So let's join together against that person because they hurt us, rather than, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out what the issues were, how those issues affected you, if they did affect you, how you moved on from it, and where you at now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people take it as, okay, yeah, let's get together and gang up, so we move away from just having common ground with each other, right? Going to common knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's common knowledge. Actually, is something I've talked about before in regards to my whole thing with English, going to English class every 5 years after you become an adult. I think it's important and imperative for us to go back to a classroom setting and relearn English, and how to communicate and how to talk. I think common knowledge is something that has become so diverse now that we don't have the common knowledge. We don't have just in the fact of definitions. I was talking about this before. Matter of fact, I was talking with a friend of mine the other day. We was at the hoop spot, and I was telling them girls define things differently. They have different definitions, right? You know what I'm saying? I think as long as when we get in dealings with people, if we get into the points where we want to be good people with good relationships with good people, we have to have common knowledge. So we have to talk regular. We have to talk the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make sure you don't talk like you know more than me. I don't talk like I know more than you. But if I present something that you don't know about, you open your ears and listen. Just like if you present something that I don't know about, I open my ears and listen. And we have the open mindedness, which I think also is about knowledge too. Because if you have knowledge and enlightenment, you have that ability to open your mind to listen to other suggestions and other people. You ain't haters like some people out there that be like, nah, that ain't what it is. Nah, I don't hear what you're saying. Man, please. What you saying ain't working. So how you gonna tell me if what you saying ain't working, how you ain't gonna take the time to listen to what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is working. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is proven, it's working. You know what I mean? But whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get there with each other. But that all applies into everything. You know what I'm saying? Common decency, common sense. I mean, it all applies into it. You know what I'm saying? So just having the common knowledge of us knowing what basic stuff is, having the same main definition. You want to add to it, cool, but we have the same basic definitions of things, and that way we understand the whole basics before we go in and talk or present or do whatever we're going to do. And then another one that's really good with relationships is common interest. Finding out what your common interests are. I mean, you gotta understand that you're not gonna. I remember phrases back in the day like opposites attract. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, fuck out of here. Excuse my language. There would be no relationship where opposites attract. Paul Abdul song. You see why it ain't popped back up? There'd be a lot. It's a lot of songs that be popping back up. You know what I'm saying? And coming back up from the old school days that be hidden. Paul Abdul's opposites attract ain't one of them. Because it's red flag. He the opposite of me. You know what I'm saying? It's a red flag, right? You know what I'm saying? But you got to get deeper down into it, because those things that annoy you, you know what I'm saying? And even so, some of the things that you like end up being some of the things that be annoying you later on in the relationship, to be honest. So what you got to do is you got to try to find common interests. You know what I'm saying? You got to find common interests, right? Do you like watching movies? Bam, I like watching movies too. Boom. All right, bet. That's a moment in time where we can do something where we both like. You know what I'm saying? Do you like to cook? I like to cook too. Well, that's a moment in time where we can be on a level where we both like. You know what I'm saying? Do you like to start businesses? I want to start a business too. Okay, well, that's something that boom, we can work together because we both on that. Common interests, getting on that, because you're going to have the times where motherfucker leave his dirty sock on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You like, I told him to put it in the basket. You're going to have those times. You got to get ready for them, people that want to be in relationships. If you expect to be in a relationship where you don't have any of those, you'll be single forever. Ever. No, you won't. You won't be single. You'll have a cat or a dog or something. Grandkids coming to visit you. Yeah. But then once they all leave, you won't have anybody, right? Because you got too many hoops for somebody to jump through, rather than finding out what your common interests are and building on those things. Building on those, and everything else will fall into place. You know what I'm saying? Overall, I feel like the biggest common phrase to use is common denominator. You gotta find the common denominator with everything in life. You got to, when it comes to everything that I just spoke, the decency, the sense, the law, the ground, the knowledge, the interest. You have to find a common denominator. We got to find what is the basic of what it is. Any problem that we have, let's find out what the core point of the problem, not how you're feeling right now. Let's find out what the core issue of the problem you have, and let's try to figure out a way to solve that. Because if we can figure out a way to solve the common denominator, then everything else flows with that, right? Then we succeed at being a great relationship, couple, friendship, whatever it is, right? But let's make sure we find those common denominators, people. Get down to the basics, get down to the nitty-gritty of what's really going on in this world today, right? So breaking it down to the common denominator, man, is dope, man. I got a show, Coach's Corner, man, where I'm trying to get more into that when it comes to basketball, breaking it down to common denominator, breaking it down to the main issue at hand. You know what I'm saying? Not the X's and O's. You guys can have the X's and O's. I like the X's and O's too. I like it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not a robot. So X's and O's are, from what I've learned as a computer major, X's and O's ain't nothing but just programming. It ain't nothing but just programming. So y'all people can have your X's and O's. And like I said, I understand them. I read them too. But the floor of the game ain't an X and an O. You know what I'm saying? Because people move, man. You know what I'm saying? People talk. What did your boy say? One of the boxers say, yeah. What did he tell him? He said, yo, what did he tell Rocky? He said, yeah, something about what movie was? I forgot what movie it was. Where dude was like, maybe somebody can put that up there and tell me what movie it was. Where dude was like, yeah, you hit that bag good, but I hit back. You know what I'm saying? And that's how basketball is, right? You can tell people X's and O's all you want to, but the other team out there, they hit back. You know what I'm saying? And trainers, when you guys are teaching them these cones and using these hand dolls and stuff and like that, I hear you. Great job. But in the game, the defense hits back, right? So we got to get them some kind of um, um, real life situations, and if we can't get them that in the training, Big T Dub got you. Big T Dub, Coach Ty got you. You know what I'm saying? I'll take you out here and I'll show you. We'll watch game. I'll show you how the people are moving, and I'll show you how to move through it. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like that when I'm on the court. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang, bang. Anybody say different, they can let them say it. Excuse my language. Anybody say different, let them say it. Put it down here in the comment. Tell them. Everybody tell them. Tell them I don't play basketball. I'm horrible. I'm grower. You know what I'm saying? I'm garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to guard him. Tell them. Put that down. Put that down. I want to see the first person put that down. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'll break your head off. Yeah. Yeah. Dot your eyes. Ha. Ha. Come on. Let's go, man. Hey, one love, man. Let me get up off of here, man. Get started with my day, man. I got to get a little dude. Oh, my son, man. My 5-year-old Lincoln had his first baseball game yesterday, man. I was really proud of him, man. Really proud of him, man. He was like, ooh, he was scared, too. We're driving. He was like, I don't think I want to play baseball no more. I was like, why? What are you talking about? He was like, because. I said, look, son. I said, I know how you feeling. It's your first time. You know, said, don't worry about it. So, we drive and I'm talking to him. We pull up and people are there already. So it's like people, sitting at the thing, whatever. He was like, you could tell he was like, it's the stage. You know what I'm saying? He's 5 years old. This is his first stage like that, right? He's like, oh, I don't want to go play. So I'm like, man, come on, man. Don't worry about it. I'm like, look, man, don't worry about your mistakes. Just keep moving. Matter of fact, you want to make mistakes right now because making mistakes, it teaches you what not to do. So you want to have mistakes so that way you learn. Okay, we're going to learn. This is all about learning. It's not a big deal right now. All right, we're just going to go out there and just do our thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. Man, that man went out there and had a good game, man. He played great. After his first, because I know he was probably shy about hitting the ball. You know what I'm saying? Which he you know how it is at 5 years old. They gonna keep doing it till you hit it. So he had to get I think he got 4 throws. So the first throw he nicked it. The second throw he missed it. The third throw he missed it. But the fourth throw he knocked that thing. I was like, okay, boy. And he kind of just stood there and watched the ball like run, nigga, run. So he took off around the base, and I was the third base coach too. So when he finally came around, because we just told him go to the base. Every hit, somebody just go move one base. So when he finally got around the third base, I was like, good job, man. He was just sitting there smiling. I was like, okay, see, just took him a little bit to understand that, you know what I'm saying? All these people watching is not a big deal. You know what I'm saying, son? You just go out there and do what you got to do. Making a mistake is fine. You know what I'm saying? We all good. And yeah, man, we was nice too. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm the dad, so I'm gonna talk like the dad. The kid ain't talking like this. The dad is, and I'm the daddy. I'll talk like I want to my kids. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Our team was banging, boy. I think we're gonna go undefeated. 5th grade, 5-year-olds, we're going undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Which I do give a buck real quick. I do want to. I give props where props is due. I always do. I do want to give a props to my 5-year-old's coaches. They are amazing. They're amazing coaches. One statement that the coach said yesterday, because like I said, we were just mainly doing the game because it was a game, but we were doing it where every kid got the hit, and then every hit they all went one base right until the last kid. Once the last kid hit, they all just ran around the bases like a home run. So one of the kids one time when our kids was out in the outfield, one of the kids was like, what's the score, coach? What's the score? Are we winning? Are we winning? And I think the coach had one of the best answers. He's like, I think it's tied right now. You know what I'm saying? So every time the kids ask what's the score, he's like, I think it's tied. I think it's 24-24. Which is dope. That was really dope. And I felt that, you know what I'm saying, as a coach, that was a great answer to give them, you know what I'm saying, at that age, because it didn't take away from them having their competitiveness. This is what I was telling my homeboy the other day when we were talking about this. Winning didn't get pushed out. It wasn't like they were telling them don't think about winning. I think that's something that we should not do, because we got to teach kids how to win. You have to teach kids how to win. It is important. If we do it right away when they're young, we don't have to worry about trying to get them to understand urgency when they're older, right? But I think the way that coach did it was he still left them with the innocence of winning. It never got out of their mind. They still wanted to be competitive to try to win, and even pushed them more because it made them think, okay, we're tied, so we got to try more to get over them, And then when they came back, it's tied again. Oh my God, we're trying hard, but they're trying hard too. They're keeping up with us. So I think it kept with that competitiveness, and it didn't push out the idea of winning. The kids still wanted to win. The kids still were determined to win. But I think it helped with them learning about winning. They learned that winning doesn't always happen. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay to want to win. It's okay to have that feeling of winning. So big ups to my little dude's coaches, man. Get ready for tomorrow's preliminaries for my son. Tonight we'll be on, if it doesn't get too late, after this Indiana and New York game. Big up to Indiana, but I do want New York to win. So New York, I need y'all to pull this one out for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Towns, man, all that talk that I've been popping off, man, all season, man. You better do what you got to do right now. So, let's get to it. Besides that, man, I'm out of here, man. I'm just figure out what the heck I'm doing here, man. And I'm finna hop up off of here, man. Go scrolling up and down my timeline, see what's out there in the news today, man. Get some talk for you guys a little bit later tonight, man. Check in with me, man. Check out my show. Go to YouTube and check out Thailand TV. I got all my posts. I got all my lives on there still. I got all my content that I put on there. I got Real Recognized Real is on there. I'm getting it together. I'm trying to get it together tonight. We might have to skip tonight's showing because just the way the weekend ran and with recording, just wanted to make sure everything is right for you before we put it out. So, but I'll update you a little bit later on tonight if I'm gonna post it tonight or wait till next week. But stay tuned for Real Recognized Real. We'll be building a website and a YouTube page specifically for Real Recognized Real. But stay on me for that. Stay on us for that. You know what I'm saying? And look out for Coach's Corner. I'll be coming with you for some highlights, different places, different locations. Every single time I'll come with something. And, man, we out here, man. 800 Stitz House, man. Thailand TV, baby. Stick with me, man. Mess with me, man. Let's go. If you don't like it, it ain't for you. And if you do, blessings from the God.